episode 2, How We Do. In this episode, Jon and I are going to be talking about the vision and why behind our podcast, how we are currently surviving parenting in 2020, and a person that we would like to meet that is already deceased, and why. Be sure to send us your questions to confessionsofuspodcast@gmail.com. This is Lindsay.
This is Jon.
And this is Confessions of Us.
Come on. Episode 2.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So here we are again.
Yes.
In our room.
Yep. It's, what time is it? Almost 10:40.
Almost 10:40.
The kids are in bed. We got to do it when the kids are down.
That's right.
Yep.
We're a little delirious at the end of the day. I think that's what makes it the best part. So.
Yeah. For all those parents out there, know the struggles. The struggles are real.
Struggles are real.
Yep.
Hashtag struggles are real. So I think we wanted to start this one off and just share kind of the vision and the why, if you will, behind Confessions of Us. What our thought process was, where we want to take the show, what we're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say just a big part of why we started this podcast is because we really did want to take you guys on just our journey as a married couple, as parents, as people who just love Jesus, and he's just threaded throughout our lives.
Yeah. And as I said, we want to invite you into our journey. We want to invite you to be a part of our life necessarily. This is another way to connect just with the people out there, with our local community and beyond. And we're just so excited. And this is a new adventure as a married couple.
Absolutely.
Launching a podcast.
Yeah.
It has been a crazy couple weeks.
I would say a crazy couple days. My husband is very, very innovative and creative. And if you could only see the setting as to which we are doing this, you'd probably smile. Or
it's pretty entertaining. Maybe we'll post some stuff on social media. So
I think you guys would hopefully be encouraged and maybe know that you could do it if we could do it.
You can do it if we can do it. That's good.
It's true.
Yeah. So what do you think, what are some of the things we want to talk about in this show?
Some of the things that I would like to be able to talk about is just what our marriage is all about. Yeah. Or our life, I'm sorry. What our life is all about.
Sure. And marriage is part of that.
Yeah, that's true. And just our experiences from, our past as well as, current, and maybe lessons that we can share with you that we have learned by going through them, and, how we came out on the other side.
Yeah. And some confessions.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So Lindsay said a marriage, obviously it's part of our life. We're married, obviously, last time I checked. But marriage, kids, family, faith, just life, the shows, the title is obviously a play on us confessing some things, like just getting crazy sometimes with each other, fighting, getting crazy with our kids. Like for example, it's so funny. My wife is amazing.
Yeah, I am.
She's at home with the kids a lot, right? Like I'm at work, I'm doing different things. And just the fact that she doesn't go insane throughout the day is a miracle. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So when I come home, I'm like trying to like do all these things, right? And our youngest, she sometimes just seems unconsolable. And I get so agitated. I'm just like, I can't figure out why she won't stop crying. Like I need to know. And I need to know so I can fix it so she can stop crying.
Yeah. Well, you come home from a job that you just, it's like, you know exactly what you're going to do, exactly the results that you want, and then you come home and
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. It just
you have to expect the unexpected with kids, right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Especially the youngest, because she's going to be 4 months this month. And
Yeah, there's not a lot of rhyme or
just,
reason to her. Not a
yeah,
lot.
time just going by so fast. And yeah, it's still that phase of why is she doing that?
Yeah. Luckily, she's sleeping through most of the night.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord above, because it's amazing how crazy you go when you don't get sleep. It's like mental torture.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, she slept from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. this morning, and that was a miracle.
Yeah,
my
good.
amazing husband
That's pretty good.
stayed up till 12 a.m. to feed her.
Yeah.
And I got the best sleep of my life.
It's good. I'm glad you got the best sleep of your life.
Oh, man. Yeah. So what I really love about this podcast is it's something we get to do together, just as a married couple, with, not taking care of the kids, taking a break.
Yeah.
And being together.
Just hanging out. Just talking about life.
Yeah. It's just, it's so different and so fun. Something that I have never done before, and something that my husband is very familiar with.
I listen to a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot of YouTube because part of my job is I edit photos. Yeah. So you just need something else to kind of entertain you, because it becomes very what's I'm looking for. But you just continue. You need something else because it becomes very I can't think of the word. Great, right? Because it's 10:40 at night. But it just becomes very repetitive, the editing of the photos. So you need kind of something to break it up mentally, music or whatever. And, I listen to all sorts of stuff. And the other thing is we're excited to do so many things on this show.
Yeah.
Whether it's obviously have conversations with us, talk about relevant things that are going on with us.
Yeah.
And hopefully that connects with all of you guys and gals. Another thing is we want to hear from people. Like, we love connecting.
Absolutely.
So sending those questions in, and just chatting with us, email them to us, and just we want to hear from you guys. And we maybe we'll do a show of just questions. We'll do a Q&A, for people that want to get to know us, or
Yeah, and if really any questions, they can be random, they can be more serious, I guess you could say. Yeah. But we really do want to hear from you guys, hear who our audience is, and what you guys want to know about.
And that's the thing is, like, this podcast is not always going to be PG.
Yes.
It could get sometimes it might get a little crazy. I tend to have a mouth of a sailor, so I can't promise anything that I'm always going to be perfect. So we'll see. Yeah.
Well, we're not looking for perfect, right?
Well, you were when you married me, but you were just like, damn, he's so fine.
Yes.
Can't even say that with a straight face. So, yeah. Anything else you want to share around that? It's kind of the why.
Yeah, I think we really touched on it. It's pretty simple, it's just us sharing our journey. And then it's really, really nice for me to have this time with him, with you, and because my day is filled with kids. Yep.
Kids.
So it's nice having a escape.
Yeah, no. So we're excited to talk about all of this with everybody, so invite your friends, invite people hopefully people can just know that they're not alone in just the craziness of life. We're all going through the same stuff so often, from funny stuff to serious stuff and everything in between. And we're just so excited to do this journey with you all. So
yeah, absolutely.
Confessions of Us, episode 2. So crazy.
I know.
So speaking of all of that, I think our topic for today.
Yeah.
Oh, so real fast.
Oh.
So with our show, we're going to have a main topic.
Yes.
We're going to have just kind of a random topic.
Yep.
And then just a topic we'll decide later on.
Yeah.
But just so everybody knows, that's kind of the way we're going to do the show. So we want to have a good chunk of time to talk about something, whatever the main topic is.
Yeah.
So, and who knows? If you all love us, maybe we'll do more different things. Oh, we hope to do interviews too.
Oh, we are. Yeah, we really do.
I'm really pumped to do that one day.
Yeah.
So for example, we just know some fantastic people. So we'll see. We'll see.
Some fantastic people that could really add value
Yes.
to this podcast.
They're just so much wisdom. And yeah. And then before we continue, I just want to thank everybody that listened to the first episode.
Yes.
We cannot thank you enough. For the first episode, we had over 200 listens, which is, it's like, what?
Yeah.
We're just some random people from Utah. And it just goes to the testament of our amazing community. We love you guys. And we're so pumped. And thank you for all your feedback. We're so pumped to be on this journey with you.
That support means the world to us.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about today?
I definitely think we need to talk about how we're surviving parenthood in 2020.
How are Jon and Lindsay doing it?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
Where do we begin?
Should we start with a funny story?
Let's start with the funny story.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'll start, and then he can. And he'll share what actually happened. So we have a 2-year-old, obviously, and
that's obvious. Everybody knows that. Obvious.
And just to let you all know, you cannot hide anything from a 2-year-old, no matter.
Oh my gosh!
Where?
If you have kids, you know this.
Yeah. If you have a 2-year-old, you would know this. It doesn't matter where you put it. You could put it in drawers. You could put it under beds. You could put it on the counter. You have to be very careful if they're a little bit taller, they can reach.
Well, it's so funny. So I remember your mom would tell me there'd be like a hot pan on the stove, and she's like, "Oh, you have to turn the handle." This is when our 2-year-old was younger, when Siobhan was younger, and I'd be like, "Wow, that's silly." Wow, I was like, "Yeah, that's a good point," but I'm not to worry with that. But now, oh my gosh,
I know
that was like. She's so right, because now she reaches and touches everything. She's grabbing knives out of the dishwasher. And we heard a horror story about how this poor kid stabbed himself in the eye. I think it was with a knife or a fork. And it's just horrible. So like now you're all terrified. And now she's like, anyways, sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted your story.
It is, side note or side tangent. She is so sweet though, because she wants to help me unload the dishwasher.
Yeah, and she's obviously she just wants to do what mom and dad are doing. Like it doesn't matter. So
okay. So that was my.
I got 2 funny stories.
Okay.
So we'll talk about the hiding thing.
Okay.
And then let's talk about the how she just wants to do everything we do.
Okay.
Maybe you can touch on that. I'll preface and you can bring it home. We'll see. I don't know. So the funny story is, Lindsay and I's contraceptive of choice is condoms. Side tangent. So Lindsay has epilepsy.
Yeah.
And she can't take birth control because it messes with her epilepsy medication.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we haven't.
Little TMI, but it's important in the conversation, right? So we use condoms. Like I said, this show is not straight PG. Anyways, so I don't exactly remember how it happened.
You were on the couch.
I'm in the living room, and we had woken up, we had hung out. I think we had some time before, everybody was awake and everything. And next thing I'm sitting on the couch, and my daughter brings a condom and lubricant out to me, and it's just like smiling and looking at me. Obviously, she has no idea what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what is happening right now? And I think she made the condom is wrapped, by the way. Yeah. It's not like a used condom.
Let's make that point.
But I don't. And then she proceeded to stick the condom in her mouth. I was like, what is happening right now? And I'm like, I flipped out. And like, obviously, she doesn't know what the hell's going on. But you can't hide.
No, you can't. I mean,
and then she kept going back in there. And I'm like, you're gonna be kidding. She's like going through the drawers,
oh yeah, she will pick up permanent markers, and just tear. And she puts anything in her mouth, chopsticks, like really anything. I found her in the bathroom trying to play with the toilet bowl cleaner. What is that? The brush.
She got to the brush?
Yeah,
the brush is like back there.
No, I know, and that's just if you have a 2-year-old. If you want kids, if you have,
or if you obviously have kids,
or if you have
exactly what we're talking about.
I just, when I thought about having kids, that was not something that would have crossed my mind.
Yeah, you don't think about that.
No, but I would say it does bring humor when, you get really tired and worn out from
Oh my
just,
gosh, you just have to laugh.
yeah.
You just have to laugh because there's so many of those moments.
I know. There's at least one moment throughout the day that you're like, what is going on? but it's a great.
It is.
Yeah.
And so it's also funny because they always want to do everything we do.
Yeah.
So she's becoming fascinated with the toilet.
Oh.
So obviously, if you're married or whatever, depending on your level of comfort, I guess, with your spouse and where you live and everything, maybe you go to the bathroom with the door open. So I go to the bathroom with the door open, and she comes every single time, comes rolling in. So I swear today, and I'm like, leave me alone. I'm trying to pee, like, the whole thing. And she is fascinated. Fascinated.
Yes. Yeah, she is.
I almost thought that she was going to try and reach out and like touch my pee. Like, I know that's super weird. I did not tell Lindsay this before.
It's a little much.
It's a little much. Sorry. Okay, we'll move on. But and then she wants to flush the toilet.
Yeah, right? That's a big one.
Yeah. First I remember it was like the light switches, doing the dishes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a funny story about stuff that she tries to do all the time.
Yeah, I do for sure. And I think this girl is ready for potty training. But yeah, we have to decide because that's a big commitment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Especially right now with the corona. It's like,
yeah,
do we try and potty train her in the midst of the Rona, like going nuts?
Yeah.
Especially because we can't find any diapers anywhere.
Yeah, I know. It took us a good month to be able to get more formula.
Yeah.
I mean, we had formula, but we
had bought some extra in the beginning, but yeah, it took us forever. So, yeah. What would you say is the biggest lesson you have learned in this journey of having kids?
That I'm selfish, that I can be very selfish with my time.
Yeah.
And that, but also, I mean, they also were just remind me to look on the bright side of life, I would say. You can, it's so easy to take yourself too seriously. And I think as a parent, we need to be constantly reminded to just
relax.
Yeah, relax. Chill. Have grace for yourself. Find something to do that's just fun and not so demanding mentally. And I mean, I love my girls. It's just also very important to have time for yourself and have grace for yourself.
It's amazing the pressure.
Absolutely.
I mean, your mom has told us several times that parents now are so much more informed, and we know so much, obviously, with the age of the internet and all that. That's changed a lot of that. But I almost feel at times we are too informed.
Yeah. That's
or
like a download.
Or we believe we're too informed. Because I know one of the biggest things that I have learned is it's amazing how much you judge other parents. And you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. And then the time comes and you do the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
Or you just get it. It just like, it connects. I always tell people, this is kind of funny, that I always get why people go to the store and get milk and never come back. Like, sometimes you're just like, I can't do it. I'm done. Yeah. So it's, obviously I'm not going anywhere, but you just get it. It all makes sense.
Yeah, I would say that was a big one.
Yeah.
Is when you're young, you're single, you don't have kids yet, you make those those statements. Oh, I'm never going to let my kid just watch cartoons all day, I'm never going to let my kid just play on their iPad, or all these things. And it just, you start having kids and you realize you need a moment alone, and how they're not going to die from watching too much TV or playing on their app.
I mean, it might be a little dumber.
But just, I think that's probably a big lesson too, is how sometimes you just judge when you're single.
Well, I would say along with that, I would say I would say my other thing would be along the same lines as yours, is just to have fun. Because I mean, our 2-year-old just loves to wrestle and
Yeah.
play and scream, and that's partly my fault because I'm just wild with her all the time.
Yeah.
Bit of a wild child with that one. So it's definitely my fault. But and it's amazing. This is obviously it's probably something I learned during the journey, but it's amazing how much you can love a human.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it's a different kind of love, I guess, than for your spouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this, I mean, some of this is cliche, but it's just looking at her and the way she looks at you, and she's only 2.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine the next couple of years,
Yeah.
and her becoming a young woman, and oh my gosh.
Well, it's so great because I'll.
What are you gonna say? What are you about to say?
He's holding Siobhan and hugging her, and he just gets his eyes just well up, like he's gonna cry. And he is such a good dad. You just love our girl so well.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're welcome. You love me so well. He's just such a great support, and that's what's really neat too about even parenting right now is just the dynamic that how we parent together. And
well, yeah, because we are not, especially me. Well, you're not too, but we are not helicopter parents. Like I've refused. I am very much a believer in your kid has to experience hardship. Obviously to the scale
of their age. Yeah.
I'm not going to throw her out in traffic right now, but figure it out.
That's a little raw and real tonight.
They have to. Like they have to figure that out. And I think about just my own growing up and journey and everything else, and obviously they say the biggest lessons you learn are from failure. And I feel like there's so many people that can't handle failure. They completely shut down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything like that. And failure is a good thing. It's people have for some reason have turned it into this bad thing, and it's a good thing. Like you have to fail.
Yeah.
You have to try. You have to be willing to try. And I know for me, just growing up, it was such a hard thing. I wasn't willing to try. I wasn't willing to fail because I was afraid. And resiliency, I think, is the term I use now in kids.
Yeah.
And no, I'm very much, Lindsay gets mad at me, but I'm very much along the lines of like, yeah, they can stick the fork in the socket just once. Just once.
We would not let them do that. Just
at least not on purpose. I mean, if she grabs a fork out of the dishwasher and she walks over somewhere. We got the plastic little kind of things.
Okay, yeah. That's
So why would you say, what did you say the thing you enjoy most about having kids? Why do you enjoy having kids?
Why do I enjoy having kids? Other than the answers I've already given.
Yeah, other than those.
Yeah.
Those are obvious.
I know, right?
We're already pointing those out.
They do. They bring so much joy to my life. They do, they bring so much joy to my life. And I honestly never thought that I would, I wanted kids, but I never thought I'd actually, who I would be with kids.
Sure.
And, I really enjoy being a mom. And
you are a fantastic mom.
Thanks, babe.
You are.
Thanks.
You're always doing their hair and.
Okay, sure. That's part of it.
And that's another dynamic. Maybe we can talk about another time. Yeah. The dynamic between the moms and the dads or whatever. How you think about way different stuff than I do. I'm just like, they gotta eat. Where are they gonna sleep? I'm very, very standard, I guess. In that sense.
What's something that you
enjoy
being a parent of girls versus? I mean, we don't have boys, but
yeah. I think it's just a different. I mean, I can't talk about having boys. Obviously, I don't have any boys, and girls are still young. But I don't know if all kids are like this, or if it's just Siobhan, our 2-year-old. But just the way she loves and hugs people.
Absolutely.
Like I have physically seen changes in people when she hugs them. Right. Yeah. I don't know, somehow, some way, God is working through her. I don't know, something crazy. But And she has that effect on me. Obviously, like you say, when I hug her sometimes, my eyes well up. And it's just a very crazy experience. And I can't wait to teach them things,
Yeah.
pour into them, teach them to obviously respect themselves, really, in a way, I guess, demand that whoever they're with in the future, it lives up to a standard.
Yeah.
To teach them to have standards and all those things. And obviously I can't make all the decisions for them, but I think that I just can't wait to shape strong, powerful women.
That's a great man right there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I want them to be world changers, world shakers.
Yeah.
Game changers, whatever.
Absolutely.
I want them to do all those things.
Oh, yeah, totally. So. Yeah.
All right. No, I'm pumped about that.
Okay.
So moment of randomness. I don't know if I'm set on that title, but we're going to call it that right now. Okay. Talking about being parents, talking about our why. So I'm going to let Lindsay intro this because she's got a great question. I have thought about this, not at all, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and we can't say the obvious answer.
The obvious answer being?
Well, okay, say your question.
Okay.
And we'll chat.
So my question is, if you could meet anyone in history, who would it be and why?
Okay, so
question.
We can't say the standard ones like, I want to meet Jesus. Like, okay, duh.
Well, it'd be nice to meet Jesus.
I mean, it will. We will one day. It's whatever. But so, who and why?
It's a deep question.
It is. I can't. Okay, so I have thought a tiny bit about this.
Okay.
I said I didn't. I guess I'm a liar. So, because you asked me this question the other day, you're like, oh, we should talk about this. And the one, or I guess the group of people that I think about is possibly some of like the old great commanders of history.
Yeah.
So like Alexander the Great, Napoleon, I think the Romans were crazy. So not the Romans.
Yeah.
So I don't think Alexander was a Roman. I think he was.
He was short, right?
No, that was Napoleon.
Oh, Napoleon
was short. Like George Washington.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Obviously some country heroes, but just these amazing people throughout times that have done big things. I guess you can say about anybody throughout history that have changed the world.
Yeah.
The Wright brothers that flew the airplane.
Absolutely. Totally.
Martin Luther King, who just rocked the world. Martin Luther, who the Reformation, who changed the church. Of course, the big ones from the Bible. John the Baptist.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The wild man.
Yeah. I thought of this as totally tangent moment, but...
Oh, hold on. Let me say why. And you go on your tangent.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Let me say why. I guess I kind of said why. Just because they achieved great things.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously greatness is measured in many different ways. But the people that have made their true mark in history, it just fascinates me. That have shaped where we are now. Mm-hmm. Hell, I'd even like to meet Hitler. Well, just like
I get what you're saying.
Like what is going through your mind?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
That would push you to the point where you would command, inspire, whatever, get a bunch of psychos on your side and kill a bunch of people. Like why? Like you think that another race, another whatever is that. Anyways, we can go all that's a whole other tangent. So it's just wild. It's just some moments like that would just be cool. Okay, what was your tangent?
My tangents. Because I was thinking this last year what we should do for Halloween as costumes. I know. I'm telling you, it's a very, very large tangent. And I thought, oh, John could be John the Baptist.
Oh, you're going to say Hitler.
Nope, John the Baptist. And at this time, I was still pregnant with our youngest. And I was thinking, John, it says in the Bible, it says that John ate wild locusts and honey. And so I was like, okay, so he could be John the Baptist. I could be like a honey pot, and then Siobhan could be a locust or something. It's like, how could we use that?
That'd be super random.
I know.
And someone would really have to get it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we could make it obvious, but
I don't want to wear no camel
That's a
hair or
soup.
whatever.
I don't think I shared that with you. Like around, did I?
I actually vaguely remember you said
Oh,
something to
okay.
that extent.
Yeah.
You were trying to come up with those like funny ideas of costumes and whatever. So
Yeah.
okay, so what about you? So
Okay.
who would you like to meet in history and why?
Okay. So you definitely gave a great answer, and mine isn't going to be super deep.
No?
So, no. That's not great. So, I mean, we can say current history, or we can
Sure.
go way back when, right?
Do they have to be dead?
Yes, of course. History.
Oh,
Dead.
okay.
Yep.
History dead. History dead.
That was what I was implying.
Yeah, okay.
So I really was thinking Chris Farley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so random.
It's really random.
He would be awesome to me.
So I really do. I mean,
bro, cut back on the drugs. Don't die.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Totally. I mean, some of the best Saturday Night Live skits are with him. And
yeah, so good.
So that's definitely someone that I would have loved to meet. Maybe he could tell me how to just be more random and have more fun in life. Anybody else I would really like to meet? I honestly think it would be really cool to meet Paul from the Bible, just because of he had a pretty radical transformation.
Yeah, I mean, he helped shape Christianity and wrote a big chunk of the Bible, all that stuff.
And just his past. I mean, his past was, he just had a radical transformation.
Yeah, I want to hear about the donkey experience. He knocked off his donkey. Like, bro. What was that like?
Yeah, right?
So.
But right. those are my
good answers.
My 2 people. Thanks, babe.
All right. Another episode down.
Yep.
Air high five.
Yes. There we go.
Anyways, guys, this is John.
This is Lindsay.
And this is Confessions of Us.
Thanks for listening.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Confessions of Us Podcast. You may also send us any questions you have to confessionsofuspodcast@gmail.com. Check the description box below for all links to social media and places you can subscribe to the podcast.